Stops up at the hash marks, turns back, has to bring it out into the neutral zone and over to the far side. Josh Brady with it. Brady entering into his second OHL season, back for Ishkokkigan, the second first-round pick for the Ottawa 67's. Through the middle, here comes Nick Whitehead, up over center. Fired into the offensive zone by Korbler. Barlas gives chase. He gets a reverse hit in on Chromiak and goes up over top of Chromiak. Villaris back for Chromiak as he's back to his feet and starts to rush up the ice. Over to the far wing, intercepted. Good heads-up play by Brad Horner. For Ekberg, overskates the puck as he lost it. And that allows Chromiak to find Gage Hayes, streaking into the offensive zone. Hayes shoots high over top of the net, and that will ricochet off the low glass here, off the meshing and out of play. 16:43 remaining in the first, 1-0. 67's in the lead. Will Gerrois, his first of the preseason. One of 5 overagers on the Ottawa 67's roster at this point. 2 goaltenders, Ian Micheloni, and today's starter, Colin McKenzie. Thomas Sermon, Matthew Mayich on the back end, as well as Will Gerrois up front. Add in Brady Stonehouse, who is injured and at the Edmonton Oilers training camp. Long shot tipped out in front. That goes wide of the net. Cedric Guindon got a stick on that. Miedema down low. For Hayes, whips it back to the point. Williamson walks the line over to the far side. Guindon down low. Glove down by Hayes. Throws it out in front. Waiting for it there was Zach Hubin. Hubin had it stolen away. Shot wide of the net. Back to the point it goes. Runco. For Guindon, back to Runco. Long shot wide of the goal. Bounces off the boards and then the back of the net. Controlled by Hayes. To the point, Williamson. Towards the middle of the ice for Runco. Once again, down low. Throws it out in front. Tip play by Guindon. Stopped by McKenzie. And the 67's will clear it out to center off the stick of Will Gerrois. Williamson for Runco. Former Niagara Ice Dog and property of the Kitchener Rangers. Attended the Brantford Bulldogs training camp prior to joining the Frontenacs for the last couple of games. Behind his own net, Josh Brady. Setting up shop, waiting for changes to happen. They do. Starts the breakout for Thomas Sermon, left-hand side. Whips it over to the right. Here comes Jack Dever into the offensive zone. Chips it by Ewens. Picks it up in the corner. Slaps it around the boards. Giving chase. 67's get it back to the point. Sermon, long shot. Nobody out in front to get the tip. As the stick of Jack Dever was lifted, and it trickles right in on Vicari, and he's able to make the stick save and hold on for the whistle. 67's season and home opener, 6 days away, as they take on the Niagara Ice Dogs at the arena at TD Place. 67's win the draw. Back to the point it goes. Josh Brady, right-hand side, over to the left. Thomas Sermon on the blue line. Long shot. Blocked away by Vicari. Rebound controlled by Matthew Soto. For Hopkins, knocked off his stick. Good stick by Josh Brady. And it's dumped in by the Frontenacs. Behind his own net, Sermon. Along the wing, Nathan Amidovsky. Crosses over center. Slides it ahead, Caden Kelly. On the backhand, wheels in behind the offensive net. Still one hand on his stick, taken away from him. Whitehead comes in. He jams it back up along the boards. Hopkins for Soto. Twisting. Inside his own zone, he retreats in behind his own net, stops up, and slides it ahead for Cal Ewens. Yanni. He'll fire it into the offensive zone. Vicari out of his net, stops it up and behind. Giving chase. Williamson, though, will play it around the near boards, out through center. Turns it over. Chase Yanni in. Good stick by Veliaris to knock it away. Yanni slides it back down low once again. Korbler pins it up against the boards, taken away from him, and Ben Pickle, the former Barry Colt, will flip it out to center. Frankie Morelli moves it ahead for Korbler. Can't do much with it. Heads off on a line change. And Ishkokkigan will take it for Morelli. Back to Ishkokkigan along the boards. Good heads-up play there and sent into the offensive zone by Chase Yanni before he heads off on a change, and that allows Adam Kelly to turn it back the other way. Ekberg takes it away. Stops up along the hash marks. He gets pinned by Veliaris. Back to the point it comes, though. Horner, long shot, blocked away. Vicari. Sermon pinching in from the point, bouncing puck. Skips over his stick, and he has to bring it out into the neutral zone. Horner for Sermon. Ahead for Hubin, and he took a hit. Nearly got it to Ekberg, though, on a little touch pass. May have been not intended, but it nearly worked out. Gerrois dragging it down low, getting around Runco. Runco does a good job keeping him in behind the net. Centering pass for Hoopin doesn't work out. Back to the point, Sermon. Across, Horner. Throws it towards goal off the shin pads of Giroux. Sticks to him. To the point once again, Thomas Sermon. Over to the right-hand side, slides it down low. Tip play, Ekberg, he scores. Philip Ekberg. Able to tip that one home past Mason Vicari, and it's 2-0 Ottawa. Just over 7 minutes into the first period, and a much different game than what we saw last night at the arena at TD Place against the North Bay Battalion, where, we'll be honest, it wasn't very good hockey. A lot of sloppiness. Both teams hadn't played in nearly 2 weeks, and it kind of showed. Tonight, the 67's having played last night, Frontenacs playing last night. Yes, a little shorthanded, but a lot more pace, a lot more up-tempo play so far here in this one. In Ottawa leading 2-0, Will Giroux, and most recently Philip Ekberg scoring. Ekberg's first with the Ottawa 67's, first of the preseason. Little tip play. 67's bring it into the offensive zone. Caden Kelly stops, back to the point. Ishkok again, brings it down the left-hand wall, chips it towards the net, takes a hit from Gage Hayes, gets back up, and Hayes throws it through the middle of the ice. Miedema, right-hand side, slows down, looking for help, brings it in behind. Big hit there by Chris Barlas, jarred him loose of the puck. Centering attempt blocked by Kelly and Amadovsky. Up ahead, Chris Barlas trying to squeeze his way by Kyle Ewens. Stops up, top of the circle, slides it down low, waiting for it, Caden Kelly. And he gets pinned off, and Ewens for Hayes. Ahead, Cedric Gaindon, overager, former Owen Sound attack. Now to Gage Hayes, brings it into the offensive zone. Knocked off his stick, and Brad Horner has it for the 67's. The Van Cleek Hill native works it up, chips it into the offensive zone by Butter. Vicari around the boards. Plan on playing him for one period here in this game before Gavin Betts will take over for the final two. Horner chips it down low, rims around the dasher. Falls down near corner, and away comes Chromiak. Turns it over at the blue line. Whitehead out in front, pass just in behind Kimmy Korbler. Chasing it down, Velieris plays it to the point. Ottawa's D was changing. Ishkok again gets there and moves it quickly for Thomas Sermon. Back to Ishkok again, and out through the middle. Here comes Nick Whitehead with a little bit of speed. Cuts into the offensive zone, spinorama, and it bounces off his stick into the corner. Runco. Along the wall, Soto has his stick lifted by Frankie Morelli. That negates the icing. Ishkok again. In behind his own net for Morelli. Attended Edmonton Oilers rookie camp prior to rejoining the Ottawa 67's recently. Hubin rims it around the boards. Will Giroux chasing it down. Williamson meets with Giroux, and the puck bounces all the way out into the neutral zone. Brady went for the hit, retrieves the puck, and then fires it in. Away comes Weir. Getting by Hubin. Good solid stick by Hubin. Chomps down on Weir, and that forces a turnover. Horner. Along the wing, misses the pass. Adam Kelly sends it back down low. Horner. And behind the net, protects the puck. Brady. On a breakout pass. Can't get it by Pickle. Here's Weir. All alone. Coming in. Shoots. Pad save made by Colin McKenzie. Rebound taken by Zach Hubin. Flipped out. And controlled by Williamson for Runco. Near side, straight through the middle. Kelly gets a tip on it. Can't get it by Brad Horner, who knocks it down. Slides across ice. And sent in by Caden Kelly. Vicari over to the far wing. Controlled but turned over. Here is Caden Kelly and shoots. Blocker save. Big rebound. Dever can't find the loose puck as it hops over his stick. Amadovsky sends it down low for Dever, battling away in the corner with Runco. Back to the point, Sermon. Far side, long shot, Morelli. Blocker save. Blocker arm save made there by Mason Vicari. And we'll hang on for the whistle with 9:36 remaining in the opening period. 2-0. Ottawa in the lead in the preseason finale over the Kingston Frontenacs. Just past the midway point of the opening period, Ottawa leading Kingston 2-0. Shot 6-4 in favor of the 67's. Will Gerrois from Philip Ekberg at 1:16, and then at 7:19, Philip Ekberg, his first of the preseason from Thomas Sermon and Will Gerrois. There's a lot of potential in Philip Ekberg as a 17-year-old NHL draft-eligible center. There is a lot to like. Has played professional hockey in Sweden. Played in the U20 League for the most part last year there. And in talking to him on TSN 1200, talked about wanting a new challenge of coming over to North America, trying a different play style. Thinks he'll adapt well. And this game certainly would seem that way. Gage Hayes sends the puck down the ice. Thomas Sermon back to retrieve it. Rims it around the boards. Caden Kelly brings it back and sends it right back where it came from. Sermon up ahead. Amidovsky finds Morelli. Into the offensive zone comes Caden Kelly. Left-hand side, long shot. Glove save. Big rebound. Kelly back on it as it trickled in behind the net. Kelly for Ishkok midpoint. Left-hand side for Frankie Morelli. Skate to stick. Throws it towards the goal looking for a tip. Can't find one. And Ishkok has to chase it down. Taking his time, drifting back into his own zone, looking for options. Finds one in Korbler. Kimi Korbler, the Swiss import, into the offensive zone. Long shot blocked off the shin pads of Williamson. Up and out of play. 8:35 remaining in period number one. As mentioned a little bit earlier, 67's regular season home opener at the arena at TD Place. Opens up the season against the Niagara Ice Dogs. Tickets still available. Ottawa67s.com to check out all your ticket needs. Game's always available on TSN 1200 or 580 CFRA if there's a Sens game on. Long shot. Horner. As that blocked out in front, away comes Matthew Soto. Into the offensive zone, and offside was Hopkins. And we'll get an offside call. Today's officials, Danny Emerson and Tyson Stewart. Hunter Gaspar and Sean Oliver on the lines. Oliver, or Ollie as he's known. Regular in the Ottawa area. Tyson Stewart officiated last night's game. Only saw one penalty called in that and haven't seen a ton of power plays in the preseason for the Ottawa 67's, or penalty kills for that matter. 5 power plays, 4 penalty kills for the 67's. A little bit more for the Frontenacs in their 2 games. Here comes Hopkins, long shot, pad save made, big rebound, and skipping over the stick of Butter as he couldn't get it. Velieris back into his own zone over to the far side, taken by Butter and into the offensive end. Morelli gets a stick on that, knocks it away, and Gerrois slides it back across for Frankie Morelli. Just lays it down the ice, looking for Hoopin to skate onto it, but it's Williamson getting there first, and he plays it ahead off a leg as Brady tried to clear it. Turned over and behind the net. Soto walks out in front. His backhander goes well wide of the cage, and that allows Brady to pick up the loose puck. Slammed out to center by Will Gerrois. Kelly brings it right back in for the Frontenacs. Right-hand side, Barlas. Good job by Chris Barlas to take it away. It ends up back at the point. Runco across. Ewan's long shot. Pad save made by McKenzie. Ben Pickle off the boards. Intercepted by Gerrois, and he's able to get it ahead for Zach Hubin. Played a couple of games with the Ottawa 67's last year, both against the Kingston Frontenacs. Ewans retreats all the way back and behind his own net. Another former member of the Owen Sound attack here on this Kingston Frontenacs team. Ahead for Runco. Is dumped down the ice off the body of Amidovsky. Ewans, with some help from Weir, sends it all the way down. One unique thing about the Ottawa 67's roster construction by James Boyd and Jan Egert. Only one player not drafted or signed by the Ottawa 67's on this roster. It's Ian Micheloni. They like to build from within and supplement when needed. Hayes can't get it through the middle of the ice. It eventually got into the offensive zone, but an on and offside. 2-0 Ottawa in the lead, 6:24 remaining in the opening period. Will Gerrois, Philip Ekberg with the goals. Ekberg a goal and assist. Gerrois a goal and an assist. Thomas Sermon setting up the Ekberg goal with a great pass from the right-hand side all the way down to the left post where Ekberg was able to tip it in. Horner sends the puck in. He gives chase. He's going to be a forward this year, but he's playing defense here today. A natural defenseman. but was so effective last year playing forward that they're giving him that, giving him a full year there. And the puck sent all the way down the ice by the Frontenacs, and another icing call, or a icing call against the Frontenacs here. 67's will have a rather unique schedule this year with the World Juniors taking place at the arena at TD Place as well as at the Canadian Tire Center. They will be out and on the road for a large portion of December and beginning part of January. A solid 2 weeks out on the road as they return from the Christmas break. Barlas out in front. Giroir tips it just wide of the goal. As Barlas, a quick pass out in front, and Giroir didn't miss by very much. Miedema from center, dumps it all the way down the ice. McKenzie rims it around the boards, and taken by Chris Barlas. Tries to slide it ahead by Runco. It eventually gets there, and Ekberg into the offensive zone. Across for Giroir. Skate to stick. Couldn't get the shot away. Good stick made there by Williamson. Frontenac sent it out to center. Morelli into the offensive end. Stops up, drops it off Chris Barlas. Barlas tries to slide it through. Represented Greece at a tournament during this summer. Sliding pass from Morelli. Couldn't quite get it on goal, and secondary attempt gloved down by Vicari, and he'll hang on for the whistle. Little sketchy on all the details of the tournament that Barlas was involved in Toronto. I know they played a team from Jamaica, or represented by Jamaican natives, and Barlas had a ton of fun, was able to play with his brother in that event. Face off to the left of Vicari. Dever can't win this one. Runco in behind the net around the boards. Soto tied up by Sermon. Puck gets by both of them. Butter couldn't play it cleanly. Dever into the skates of Kelly, and he'll regroup. Back to his own blue line for Brady. He has some trouble maintaining his balance down to the ice, but gets the puck out into the neutral zone once again. And Williamson has to head back for it. From his own blue line, hard pass for Hopkins. Tipped into the offensive zone. Brady trying to dig it out of the defensive zone. Finds Caden Kelly. And Kelly into space looking for Emidovsky. Couldn't skate onto it, but he's down low. Emidovsky up against the boards. Gets pinned there. Kelly comes in trying to help out and dig it free. Two Frontenacs, 67's digging away. It comes to the third Frontenac waiting on the outside. That's Hopkins. Butter. He gets taken off the puck. Emidovsky can't play it cleanly. Dever covering at the point. Slides down the right-hand side. Dever towards the net. Damn play by Emidovsky. He got a stick on it, but sent it wide. Horner pinches down low, trying to backhand it out in front. Stays in his skates. Down to the ice he goes, and Kimmy Korbler will try and find him as Horner returns to his defensive position. Whitehead chasing it down. Williamson, though, gets it away for Runco. Around the boards, Ottawa intercepts Yanni. Into the corner, behind the net. Chase Yanni for Morelli. Long shot off a stick, up and out of play. Under 4 minutes remaining here in the first period in Cornwall. The Cornwall Civic Complex in the Ed Lumley Arena. Always gracious host here in Cornwall. And a good crowd here for a Saturday night. Preseason hockey. Face off to the left of Vicari. Whitehead taking on Cedric Guindon. And it is Guindon, the veteran, winning the draw in behind the net. Turnover, Korbler for Whitehead. Has to turn back, lays it back to the point. Morelli able to keep it in. Morelli for Horner, slides under his stick. Chips it off the glass down low, Yanni. Saucers it back to the point. Frankie Morelli with it once again for Horner. Winds, shot towards the net, deflected. And off the glass, falls down Chromiak. For Ewens. Waits for the pressure from Whitehead before spinning away and flipping it out to center ice. Waiting for it there was Miedema. Couldn't come up with it cleanly. Horner sees him. And Miedema's quick pass intercepted by Yanni. And out to center, Whitehead. He'll take a bump from Ewens. Away from the puck it goes, and here comes Hayes. Trying to bust towards the net. Poked away by McKenzie, and out to center ice. Williamson for Vallières, fires it into the offensive zone. McKenzie gets a stick on it. Morelli around the boards, finds Horner. Horner head up to Zach Hubin. He'll chip it in. Ekberg gives chase. Ekberg takes a bump. In the corner, another. Stays on his feet. Wins this puck battle. Ekberg in behind the net. Into an open corner. Gets chased down by Velieris. And coming in to help out is Will Gervois. 4 Frontenacs players there. Comes back to the point. Sermon holds it in towards the net. Tip play by Hubin. Goes wide. Gervois tied up. Couldn't get that puck free. Back to the point it comes. Sermon towards the goal. Fluttering puck. Pad save made by Vicari. Good shift by Hubin, Ekberg, and Gervois as Velieris takes down Gervois in behind the goal. And it's out through center. Knocked down by Ishkok again into the offensive zone. Hubin couldn't wait enough for Gervois to get onside, and we'll get a whistle with 1:50 remaining in the first period. 2-0 Ottawa in the lead. Face-off will be at center ice. Dever against Adam Kelly. It is Dever winning it back. Ishkok again. Plays it off the boards. Can't get out of the zone, though. Adam Kelly gets there first. Ishkok again back to his feet and behind the goal. Sermon trying to chase it down. Pokes it up along the wall. Runco takes a hard hit to the point. Ewens. His shot blocked. Pickle in behind the goal. Weir banks it off the back of the net. Finds Pickle once again along the half wall. Pickle to the top of the circles. His shot blocked by Dever off the off the stick of Barless, and he takes a hard hit from Runco as he had him lined up, knocked him down to the ice. Now Runco takes a hit from Caden Kelly, sends it over to the far side. Ewens for Adam Kelly. Into the offensive zone. Ishkok again gives him a bump in behind the net. Sermon for Kimmy Korbler. Pokes it back to Sermon in behind the goal. Thomas Sermon, with 1 minute remaining in the period, advances it out. Whitehead crosses over the blue line. Stops up, looking over options. Whitehead towards the front of the net. Off a stick to the point. Brady throws it on goal. Stick save made by Vicari. Loose puck. Yanni. Beat off the puck by Soto, who plays it over to the far side out of the reach of Butter. And he'll get it into the offensive zone. Less than 30 seconds remaining in the opening period. Brady, little head fake, gets away from Soto. And advances it out for Korbler. Crosses over the red line, now the blue. Leaves it in space. Morelli towards the net, off a stick into the meshing. And again, the low glass here at the Ed Lumley Arena. May not have been out everywhere, but here it definitely is out. 16.3 seconds remaining in the first period. Ottawa looking to even their preseason record at 2-2. 1 win, 1 loss against the North Bay Battalion, and 1 loss so far against these Kingston Frontenacs. Kingston 2-0 will only play 3 games during the preseason. Face off to the left of Vicari. Won by the Frontenacs. Runco trying to get it up along the boards, and Horner comes down, shoves Runco down to the ice, gives him an extra shot. Centering pass by Ekberg doesn't work. He sends it back to the point, but will run out of time. And that will do it for the opening period. 67's strike first in the first period. Will Gervois, his first of the preseason. Philip Ekberg, his first, as we have some chatter at the end of the period. Goal and an assist each for Will Gervois and Philip Ekberg. 2-0. We'll be back for the second period here in Cornwall. This is Ottawa 67's YouTube channel. It's Kenny Walls back inside the Ed Lumley Arena in the Cornwall Civic Complex. 67's a 2-0 lead over the Kingston Frontenacs. Will Gerrois, Philip Ekberg both with a goal and an assist. Add one more for Thomas Sermon, and it is 2-0 Ottawa. So Gavin Betts goes into net for the Kingston Frontenacs, while Colin McKenzie stays for the Ottawa 67's. Miedema into the offensive zone. Centering pass, quick shot, pad save made by McKenzie. Sermon twisting away from Gage Hayes, gets it to the point, not out. Chromiak holds it in. Josh Brady in behind the net, protects the puck, rims it around the wall, finds Kelly. Outlet pass, hits Hayes, he brings it into the offensive zone, but Guindon was offside, and that will lead to a whistle and a stoppage in the play. Face off in the neutral zone. Nick Whitehead to take it against Tyler Hopkins. NHL draft eligible on both sides. It is Hopkins winning it. Back to the point. Vallieris will rim it in as he approaches the blue line. Over to the far side. Chase Yanni trying to dig this puck free along the wall. Bouncing, and Whitehead semi-controls the bouncing puck enough to bring it out into the neutral zone. Right back in the Frontenacs come. Soto tied up along the boards by Morelli. Comes to the point. Slapped back into the offensive zone. Williamson chased down by Ishkok and around the boards. Hopkins sends it down low. Ishkok knocks it away from Williamson, and out to center it goes for the Ottawa 67's. Williamson turns it back up. Soto tips it in from between his legs. McKenzie out of his net. Over to the far side, and Soto tied up. That allows Ishkok to pick it up. Backhand saucer pass. Finds Kimmy Korbler at the end of his shift. He'll just send it in, but a lot of skill on Cohen Ishkok. Nice pass there is coming in. Adam Kelly gets bolted and knocked down by Zach Hubin. And then a pair of Kingston Frontenacs go crashing into the net. Colin McKenzie, one of the most athletic people I've ever seen. Jumping over a pair of Frontenacs there. Face off to the left of McKenzie. Ekberg digging in to take the draw, but it's Adam Kelly winging it back to the point for the Frontenacs. Runco rims it around the boards. Gerrois trying to chase it down, ties it up along the wing, and Sermon takes over control for Brad Horner. In behind the goal, outlet pass. Finds Sermon, tries to force a pass along the wing, intercepted by Ben Pickle. Cross ice into the skates of Kelly. Comes back to him. Kelly cycles it down low. Pickle tries to fire it out in front off the stick blocker of McKenzie. And all the way down the ice, Betts long outlet pass. Icing negated. Ekberg back to retrieve it. Chips it up along the wall. Finds Amidovsky. Over to the far side. Thomas Sermon settles it down. Long pass looking for Gerrois. Doesn't connect. Amidovsky near side for Dever. Schufelt helps combine to get that puck all the way down the ice, an Nepean native. A U18 pick of the Kingston Frontenacs this past year. Over to the far side, Jack Dever trying to poke it ahead, stripped of the puck by Hopkins. Doesn't go anywhere as Brennan was trying to chase after it. Couldn't. Dever over to the far side, finds Caden Kelly. Into the offensive zone, Kelly's weak shot, sticked away by Betts and behind the goal. Dever gains control, back to the point. Brady to Morelli, long shot blocked. Brady chips it back down low, skates onto it, centers it out in front, intercepted by Hopkins. And Tyler Hopkins back the other way, 3 wide, come the Frontenacs into the offensive zone. Return pass to Hopkins from Chromiak. Doesn't connect, and Caden Kelly an opportunity to clear the puck. He does. He feigns interest in giving chase, then pulls up, heads off for a line change. Runco for Miedema into the offensive zone. Ethan Miedema sets up Gage Hayes, makes a move, skates into the corner, whips it back up high. Williamson, long shot blocked by Chris Barless, bounces off his toe and out into the neutral zone. Runco turns it over to Barless just at the blue line, and Williamson coming over, cuts that off and bats it back out to center ice. Nick Whitehead and Gage Hayes working over each other, and finally it's Whitehead chipping it down the ice. And a little bit too much from Whitehead. And Whitehead and Hayes getting into it, and Nick Whitehead is heading off on a penalty. Gage Hayes drawing that one. And it's a cross-checking call against Nick Whitehead. 67's to the penalty kill for the first time this evening on the preseason. They've killed off 3 out of the 4 penalties that they've taken, 75%. On the power play this preseason, Kingston 1 for 6, 16.7%. Last year, the Frontenacs, 5th in the OHL, 23.7% efficiency on the power play. Ottawa 15th on the PK, 76.6%. Hopkins wins the draw, gained on left point, brings it down low along the half wall, stops up bottom of the circle, back to the point, Chromiak. 2 gained on once again. Sends it down low, looking for Miedema. Getting a stick on that was Morelli. Comes back to Gaindon, but it's chipped along the wing, and Dever is able to slide it all the way down the ice on this first power play for the Kingston Frontenacs. Back to retrieve it, Chromiak. Couple little head fakes, advances it up. Soto to Hopkins, his backhander goes well wide of the net. Miedema stops up, loses control, and Kelly is able to get it all the way down the ice. Gavin Betts up to the blue line, finds Hopkins, cuts over the red line, over the blue, into the offensive zone he goes. Cut off, and Sermon trying to pin that puck up against the boards, works it free, and it's sent all the way down the ice by Josh Brady. Betts this time tees it up and behind his own net for Williamson. 1 minute elapsed in the power play for the Kingston Frontenacs. Van Williamson through the middle, finds Adam Kelly, his chip in, all the way down. Hayes chasing after it, helps get it back to the point. Williamson for Weir, his shot didn't get much on it. Yanni was able to get a stick in the way. Weir, back to the point it goes. Williamson, far side, Adam Kelly walks in, shoots. Tipped out in front by Butter, and that goes wide, back to the point. Here comes Williamson. For Kelly into the slot. Hayes tries to get a chip away, and that goes wide of the net. Weir to Williamson. Over to the far side. Kelly has it bounce off his stick, slides it down low. Butter returns it. To the point it comes. Williamson. Kelly. Back to Williamson. Sent down low. Weir. To Williamson. Cross and a shot deflected wide of the net. Rebound off the side, and McKenzie sliding across to make the save. Knocks the net off the mooring, and we'll get a whistle with 3 seconds remaining on the penalty to Nick Whitehead, and 14:04 remaining in the second period, with the Ottawa 67's leading 2-0 over the Kingston Frontenacs. Goals by Will Gerrois and Philip Ekberg. Gerrois scoring 1 minute and 16 seconds into the first period. Ekberg 7:19 into period number 1. Face off to the left of Colin McKenzie. Dever wins this one. Morelli for Dever. Whitehead out of the penalty box. They get him the puck, left-hand side. Saucer pass, looking for Kelly. Didn't get enough on it. Intercepted by Ewens. Cal Ewens off the glass to the point. Shkokigan got a glove on it. Well, maybe not. It went out of play into the Ottawa 67's bench as he tried to get a glove on it, and it'll be an offensive zone draw for the Ottawa 67's. Face off to the left of Betts. 67 selecting Nathan Amidovsky, 11th overall out of the Barrie Junior Colts, and then Cohen Ishkok, 21st overall out of the North York Rangers. A pair of first-rounders for the Ottawa 67's. They didn't have a second. And then Jordan Perrier, who is not with the team right now, will be playing with the Ottawa Valley Titans U18 program this season. Schufelt along the boards, lets a shot go. It's blocked out in front, and Jack Dever skates onto it. Away he comes over to the far side. Amidovsky drives down the left-hand side. Amidovsky towards the front of the net. Kelly combined to get his stick on it, and it goes high over top, and then Velieris into the crowd, and that will be a delay of game against the Kingston Frontenacs, and the low glass coming into play. As he just tried to get the easy zone exit. Sent it up a little bit too high. I think that would have stayed in play in most, if not all, OHL rinks. Lower glass here in Cornwall leads to a power play for the Ottawa 67's. Last year ranked 11th on the power play in the league, 21.3%. Kingston 8th on the penalty kill, 79.5%. This preseason, Ottawa 0 for 5. Kingston has killed off 4 of the 5 that they have taken. Ekberg will get kicked out. Will Jarois, who does not take a lot of draws over his OHL career, will come in to take this one. Can't win it. Jarois only 31 career faceoffs during the regular season in his 3 years in the OHL already. Ekberg starts to move it up the ice. 2-0 Ottawa in the lead and on the power play for another minute and 40 seconds. Here comes Brady into the offensive zone, lays it behind the net. Hayes gets there easily, clearing attempt knocked down by Horner, but didn't get enough on it to keep it inside the zone, and Jarois is back to retrieve. To Horner, starts to wheel up the ice. Van Cleek Hill native takes a peek, chips it into the offensive zone off a body, and puck follows him in behind the net. Horner lays it back to the point. Josh Brady, right-hand side. Ottawa set up. Ekberg, down low, Jarois for Brady. Over to the far side, Horner takes his time, fires it down low, hard off his stick, hit the top of the glass and nearly the official down low, and then it's cleared out by the Kingston Frontenacs. That was Tyson Stewart down low. Pickle intercepts a puck. He's knocked off stride by Whitehead. Can't retrieve it on the other side. And Brady gets pinned up against the boards by Pickle. And Brady brings him down to the ice, and that allows Chris Barlas to gain control of the puck. Crossing over center, dishes it off far side. Whitehead drops off Morelli towards the front of the net. Dever to Barlas, he scores! Tip play by Dever finds Chris Barlas, takes a whack at it and beats Gavin Betts. It's 3-0 Ottawa, power play marker for the 67's. Chris Barlas scored 10 goals last season. It's his second of the preseason, and he had a very good offseason. Put in the work. And looks pretty good. He's skating a little bit better. He looks more physical. Hoping to have a solid year this year for the Ottawa 67's is Chris Barlas, the Ottawa native. Former first-round pick, 12th overall. Whitehead picks up the puck in the neutral zone, lays it back. Frankie Morelli at his own blue line, with the 67's leading 3-0 thanks to a power play marker from Chris Barlas. Jack Dever will pick up the primary assist. Yanni along the half wall. Bounced up in the air, reverse hit by Frankie Morelli. Can't control the puck. It's a glove pass against the Ottawa 67's, and that will lead to a whistle with 11:19 remaining in the second period, and Ottawa leading by 3. 3-0. They have not credited Jack Dever with an assist. They've given Chris Barlas the goal from Frankie Morelli and Nick Whitehead. I think Whitehead could have that assist removed, and Morelli moved to the secondary assist. It's a wait-and-see game, though. There is no video replay, so that may stand. Who knows? Barlas across for Horner inside his own zone. Advances it out. Hubin through the middle of the ice finds Chris Barlas. Makes a move to the backhand, and he's stopped by Betts as Chris Barlas showing extreme skill there, dancing around the defender, and then trying the Forsberg on Gavin Betts, and Betts extending full length to make sure the stick and puck from Chris Barlas could not get by. Tremendous skill shown there by Chris Barlas. Talked about a good offseason. That's a confident young man, it looks like, right now in the regular or preseason finale. Off the one draw for the 67's. Dever back for Caden Kelly. Kelly to the point. Sermon whips it down low and behind the net. Valieris will get there. Head up, looking for Butter, and he gets it jammed. High up in the air it goes from Caden Kelly. Lands in front of the net. Nobody knew where it was, and it was just to the left of Gavin Betts. Sermon for Brady. Inside his own zone. Back across for Thomas Sermon. Sermon gains center. Whips it into the offensive end by the stick of Betts, Dever, and Williamson. Meeting down low. Valieris behind the goal. As his stick lifted, goes through the middle of the ice, and that's taken by Sermon at center. Amidovsky into the offensive zone. Williamson for Soto, gets a stick on it, negates the icing, but Sermon gains control of the puck and slides it across to the near side. Korbler can't control it cleanly, sent right back in by Butter. And McKenzie tees it up and behind his own net for Thomas Sermon. Just past the midway point of the second period, Ottawa leading 3-0. Sermon for Brady. He'll dump it all the way down the ice. Korbler chasing after Ewens and behind the net. Korbler stops up, tries to jam play, gets pushed into the net by Ewens and couldn't get that wraparound completed. And the Frontenacs send the puck all the way down the ice. Horner. And we're battling away for this puck. Finally, it's Whitehead emerging with it. Little saucer pass for Yanni. Gets it out into the neutral zone. Fired right back in by Runco. And Whitehead is back to retrieve it. Behind his own net, Whitehead for Ishkok ahead for Horner. Couldn't handle it cleanly. Runs into his man. And then Adam Kelly will advance it into the offensive zone. Ishkok for Yanni in the far corner. Chase Yanni. Played a handful of games last year with the 67's. Forcing a turnover. Whitehead in, shoots, and stopped by Betts. Rebound there. Controlled by Valieris. Behind the net, the water bottle is off, and that may have had a contributing factor in the turnover. Hubin trying to knock that puck down. Can't. Hayes knocks it back. Valieris head up, looking for options. Gains center, fires it in, and around the boards it goes. Stopped up by Colin McKenzie, getting there first to Cedric Gaindall. His wrap around the boards didn't work. It hit off a skate and ended up at the side of the net. Now at the point, Valieris fires it down low. Controlled by Sermon. And ahead. Trying to chase after it. Ekberg out of his reach. Hubin got a stick on it. Not enough to keep it in. Here comes Gage Hayes into the offensive zone for Gaindall. The trailer, Miedema, finds Valieris, walks in, blocked by Sermon. Rebound fired wide by Gaindall. Caden Kelly, right-hand side into the offensive zone, whips that one high and wide of the net. Rebound off the boards, could lead to a 2-on-1 for the Frontenacs. They misplay it, but stealing it back is Butter down low. Hayes for Butter. Fans on his shot attempt. Hayes, reverse hit on Dever. And the puck over to the near side. Ishkok gains center. Over to the far side into the middle of the ice. Dever for Kelly. Bouncing puck. Can't control it cleanly. Maintains control now in the corner. Ishkok over to the far side. Brady towards the front of the net. A lot of traffic there. Ends up wide of the goal. Amidovsky trying to get it back to the point. And Brady, that pass misses after deflecting off a stick. Ishkok off the boards, in behind the net, finds Brady once again, through the middle, Jack Dever. The Belleville native gets by a fallen defenseman. Dever 2-on-1 with Korbler, gets it to him. What a save by Betts as Korbler couldn't raise that one. Necessary enough, and Amidovsky on a centering attempt from Dever is able to fire it home past Betts. It's 4-0 Ottawa. Nathan Amidovsky with his second goal of the preseason. Well, good work down low by the 67's to get multiple attempts. It was a 2-on-0 with a chaser from behind. Dever got it over for Kimmy Korbler. Korbler couldn't raise it the 13 inches necessary, got it up about 10, and it was stopped by Betts. The rebound went back and behind the goal, and that's when Dever was able to find Amidovsky out in front. 4-0 Ottawa in the lead, 6:40 remaining in the second period, and Jaden Nelson has entered into the net. The Nepean native did play in last night's game, allowed a couple of goals. and a 4-0 loss to the North Bay Battalion. Last year played in 2 games for the 67's, 1 shootout loss, no other decisions, 2.86 goals against average, 8.75 goals against average, or save percentage, and played the majority of the year with the Navin Grads, where he was excellent. Rookie of the Year, playoff MVP, guided the Grads to the Centennial Cup, and he was absolutely terrific as a 16-year-old in the CCHL with the Grads. Barless digging away for this puck. Frontenacs long shot blocked by Corbler. Comes back to Williamson. Midpoint, Valieras long shot blocked again, this time by Whitehead, and he's able to get the puck. Slide it by Valieras, trying to pick it up on the other side. Whitehead hooked up, no call, and he doesn't have enough steam to fight through it. Frontenacs back the other way. Pickle drops it off. Long shot by Kelly gets blocked out in front, and the 67's slide it ahead. Zach Hubin chips it into the offensive zone, gives chase. He'll get there, be ahead of Valieras, but he gets ridden off the puck. Williamson, stop, start, turned over. Trying to slide that one through with Gerrois, and then Ekberg a quick shot, and Betts with the glove save. 4-0. Ottawa in the lead over the Kingston Frontenacs in the preseason finale. Regular season just 6 days away for the Ottawa 67's. Four 0 Ottawa in the lead here in Cornwall. The final preseason game, the regular season getting underway 6 days from now, Friday, at the arena at TD Place. The Niagara Ice Dogs visiting the Ottawa 67's. Tickets at ottawa67s.com. You can always find the game on the radio at TSN 1200. Around the boards, Will Gerrois can't hold this puck in. Frontenacs flip it all the way down the ice. Miedema giving chase, putting his man Brady into the boards and retrieving the puck, getting it back to the point, intercepted by Gerrois, and flipped ahead. Zach Hubin in a race, trying to jump by Ewens, can't. Knocks Ewens down to the ice, and a shot off a body and just wide of the goal. Ekberg slides it across far side for Gerrois. He wins a battle, maintaining control of the puck into the skates of Ekberg. Poked ahead back for him. Ekberg stick handling in the slot, shoots, pad save made. Rebound comes back to him, and another pad save made by Gavin Betts. Behind the goal, Ewens. Up ahead for Miedema, stretch pass connects. Miedema to the backhand, forehand. What a save by Jaden Nelson. Loose puck out in front, cleared away by the 67's. Ahead, here comes Hubin again. Zach Hubin, long shot, blocked away by Betts as Hubin at the end of his shift, just heading off on a line change. Behind the goal is Chromiak. Starting the breakout right through the middle. Finds his defensive partner on this shift, Runco. Both teams just going with 5 defensemen. Soto, hounded by Dever, protects the puck and fires it over to the far side. Chromiak for Butter all the way down, and this will be an icing call against the Frontenacs, as that did not touch anything. Just under 4 minutes to go in the second period. Offensive zone draw for the Barber Poles. Frontenacs win the draw. Valieras for Chromiak. Tries the breakout pass. Blocked by Morelli. Sent down low. Cross-ice pass for Amidovsky, who does have his second preseason goal here in this period. Valieras stops up. Gets away from one check for Hopkins. High slot. Hopkins skates it back to the point. Lost it momentarily. Then sent it down low for Butter. Hit by Morelli. Thrown down to the ice. Soto. Hit by Eshkokigan. Dever and Eshkokigan trying to combine to work this puck free. They do. And Dever Bumps it back down low. Forishkok again blows a tire. Gets back up. In behind the goal. Bumps it back. Amidovsky for Dever. Short pass finds Frankie Morelli. Gains center. Dumps it in off the end boards. Amidovsky gets there. Can't get a shot away. As getting a stick on that one quickly was Valieris. Adam Kelly put himself offside, and that will lead to another whistle. With just shy of 3 minutes remaining in the second period. These teams will meet 8 times during the regular season. 4 in Ottawa, 4 in Kingston. First game, October 6th in Kingston. Williamson for Kelly. That pass doesn't connect. Little touch play, Whitehead for Korbler. Shot, glove save made by Betts. And he'll hang on for the whistle. 67 scoring a pair of goals in the opening period. Ekberg and Gerrois. And then it was Chris Barlas and Nathan Amidovsky, each scoring their second of the preseason here in the second period. Off the draw, down the wall, Brady bumps it ahead. Chase Yanni into the slot. Kimmy Korbler looking for options. Slides it back to the point. Whitehead had to go to the bench for a stick. Horner lays it down low over to the far side. Whitehead has Weir on him, trying to slide away. He does. He's hit by Runco, and that allows Williamson to get the puck along the boards. Weir to the point, covered by Chase Yanni. Long pass. Whitehead to Horner. Right-hand side. Slides it back over to the other side. Brady walks in, shoots off a leg and into the corner, and then slapped down the ice by Ben Pickle. This will be an icing call against the Frontenacs. They won't be allowed a change. So Ekberg and Gerrois each with a goal and an assist. Barlas and Amidovsky adding goals. Sermon, Morelli, Whitehead, Dever, and Korbler all credited with assists. At this point, Ottawa scoring a power play goal, their first of the preseason. Face off to the right of Betts once again. He came in after the first period. Mason Vicari allowed 2 goals on technically 8 shots. Back to the point, Morelli long shot blocked by the stick of Pickle. Morelli able to hold it in for Ekberg. High slot blocker save made by Betts. Comes back to the point, Sermon. Little trouble, Ekberg across for Morelli. Barlas battling away out in front with Williamson. Sermon fanned on his shot attempt, and Pickle will bring it back out. Gains center, chips it in. Heads off on a change, full-scale changes for the Kingston Frontenacs. Over to the far side, Sermon. Along the wall, Barlas tips it in. Behind the net, Betts rims it around. Gage Hayes, little tip play. Able to find Gaindon. Skates it into the offensive zone. Miedema takes his time. 67's take it away from him. Slap it off the far side. And controlled by Ewens. For Hayes to Miedema. Lost in the skates of Will Gerrois. And now controlled by Ewens. Tried to get it inside the zone. Couldn't. And some scrambling play leads to a net breakaway for Ekberg. Spins around, passes it for Barlas, and somehow it stays out of the net. And again, the creativity of Philip Ekberg on display, finding Chris Barlas there, looking for his second of the game. Here comes Cal Ewens. Left-hand side, Ewens off the side of the net, bounces, and controlled by the Ottawa 67's, Jack Dever. Dever skates it out over his own blue line, the red, the offensive blue. Here comes Caden Kelly on a pass from Dever. Long shot, glove save made. Can't hold on to it. Can Betts, and Ishkok brings it out into the neutral zone. Just 20 seconds remaining in the second period. Ottawa leading 4-0. Brady takes a peek up at the clock, sees that there's limited time left, moves it over to the far side and gets it back. And he's just going to sit on this one as it's going to tick down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that will do it for the second period of play. The Ottawa 67 strike twice in the first, twice in the second, and hold a 4-0 lead over the Kingston Frontenacs after 40 minutes of play. We'll be back for the third period. This is Ottawa 67's on the YouTube channel. Kenny Walls here in Cornwall. The Ottawa 67's with a 4-0 lead over the Kingston Frontenacs through 2 periods of play. 67's goal scorers Will Gerrois, Philip Ekberg, Chris Barlas, and Nathan Amadofsky. Ottawa wins the face-off to start the 3rd period. Bounced off the boards. Chipped into the offensive zone. Kelly fires one quickly towards the net. Goes wide. Banks off the boards and back out to center. Taken by Cedric Gained to the offensive zone. Dropped off. Gets a return pass below the icing line. Centers it out in front for fellow overager Gage Hayes. That does not connect. Behind the goal, Josh Brady. Slowing things down to start out the 3rd period. Dishes it off left-hand side. Sermon along the boards. Amadofsky towards the blue line. Turned over. Miedema. Sabres prospect loses control of it. And Ishkok is able to take it away. Turns it over. Gained back to the point. Ewens for Chromiak. Midpoint down low. Miedema. Top of the circles. Brings it up high. Back for Chromiak. His shot off a body well wide of the net. And Dever can't control the loose puck. Still behind the net, Dever, as Gage Hayes take a run at him, gives him a shove back, and Chromiak controls it in the neutral zone, dumps it in. Jaden Nelson out of his net, rims it around the wall. Morelli has it slide by him. Hopkins down low, again below the icing line. Hopkins on the backhand, lays it back to the point. Velieris for Williamson. Back to Velieris, and it comes out into the neutral zone. And we'll get a whistle. With 18:41 remaining in the 3rd period. Frontenacs without the majority of their drafted or signed NHL players. Jacob Battaglia still off with the Calgary Flames. Quentin Burns with the St. Louis Blues. Luke McNamara is attending Flames camp and has been invited to main camp. Tuomas Juronen, former Ottawa 67 with Vegas. Butter for Williamson, sent down low. Hopkins, back to Williamson, long shot, he scores! Van Williamson put it towards the goal, beats Jaden Nelson, and the Frontenacs are on the board. It's 4-1 Ottawa. Williamson had 3 goals last year with the Frontenacs in 38 games, his first of the preseason. And it is 4-1 Ottawa in the lead. Minute and a half into our 3rd period. Off the draw, Ekberg gets shoved down as he wins the draw. Brad Horner skates up over center, dumps it in. Gerrois couldn't get a stick on it. Hubin, good hit along the boards, knocks that puck free. Horner keeps it in, sent down low. Ewens has Gerrois on him. Gerrois back to the point. Brad Horner waits, sends it towards the front of the net. Ekberg holds, twists, waits for pressure, just sends it down low. Zach Hubin trying to get it back to the point, intercepted, and away comes Matthew Soto. Dumps it into the offensive zone. Brady gives him a shove. Horner back for it, and it's poked into the corner. Taken by Ekberg, hard pass over the far side. Gerrois into the offensive zone, lays it by one man, trickles towards the goal, and it's covered up by Betts, and we get some pushing and shoving in behind the goal as Runco drops the gloves and wants to get going after it. I don't think that's in the mind of Will Gerrois. Runco was in camp earlier with the Brantford Bulldogs. A former Niagara Ice Dog, traded to the Kitchener Rangers. Did not dress in a game, I believe, for the Kitchener Rangers last year, and had that tryout, or the camp attendance, with the Brantford Bulldogs, and the Frontenacs needed bodies for these 2 exhibition games that they played yesterday and today. So Runco will sit in the penalty box. 2 minutes for roughing. Kelly heads over and gives Runco his stick and glove before sprinting back to the bench. Adam Kelly played last year with the Toronto Junior Canadiens, putting up 27 points in 35 games. Rimmed around the boards. Brady just unable to hold it in. Goes all the way down the ice. Jaden Nelson back to stop it up. And Cohen Ishkok again. retrieves, starts to move it up the ice. Fakes a drop off, chips it up ahead. Caden Kelly, his dump in off a stick and goes up into the meshing. And we'll get a whistle. 1:41 remaining in the penalty to Gabriel Runco. And 17:15 remaining in the third period. 4-1 Ottawa in the lead. They're 1 for 1 on the power play so far. This is opportunity number 2. 67's do lead on the shot clock. 20-10. Face off to the left of Betts. Dever can't win this one. Velieris for Chromiak. His clearing attempt, Brady knocks it down, but outside of the blue line. And Ottawa regroups once again. Konishkok over to the far side. Amidovsky. Little head fake before chipping it into the offensive zone. Gage Hayes pokes it into the corner. One hands it up along the wall. Knocked down by Ishkokigan. He takes a hard hit there from Hayes. And a clearing attempt. Ishkokigan holds it in. Across for Josh Brady. Walking in. Shoots. And a shoulder save made by Gavin Betts as it goes up and out of play. Well, Ishkokigan a couple times. Guys have taken runs at him. I think he had a bloody nose in last night's game. But he keeps on getting up. Doesn't back away from it. Continues to get involved, and don't know what it's going to look like this year. As a 16-year-old defender, it's never easy in the OHL. But I think this could be something special down the road. And if he can continue to progress and build on the skills that he already has. 1 minute remaining in Ottawa's power play. Brad Horner, head up, looking for options. Crosses over the red line, backhands it in. He'll give chase himself. Gets around Williamson, the goal scorer for the Frontenacs. Back to the point. Morelli gets a return pass at the blue line, fires across near side. Will Gerrois shoots off the skate of Williamson, and the loose puck controlled by Hopkins, but he backhands it up and out of play, and that will lead to a 5-on-3 man advantage for the Ottawa 67's. 34 seconds of it, as Ottawa working on power plays number 2 and 3, as Tyler Hopkins heading off to the penalty box for delay of game. That's the second delay of game penalty that the Frontenacs have had. There is a bit of a delay. Ben Pickle is going over to serve the penalty. That's an interesting one. I don't know if it's preseason hockey. It doesn't really matter too much, but Hopkins is going to go back over. Danny Emerson sorting things out. That is the correct call. Again, it's preseason. Grain of salt. But they did get their correct call here. Face off to the right of Gavin Betts. Whitehead facing off against overager from Rockland, Cedric Gain-Dawn. The 67's win it. Horner over to the far side. Morelli walks the line, sends it down low. Barless for Morelli. Across Brad Horner to Morelli. Whipped across. Whitehead had to bounce off his skate right to Ewens and sent down the ice. Horner got a stick on it, but it goes all the way down. And Jaden Nelson will tee it up with 10 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3 man advantage for the Ottawa 67's. Horner crosses over the blue line, chips it to himself, and fired it off a skate off the side of the net, and controlled by Hayes. His backhander ahead for Gain-Dawn, bats it ahead, and Runco out of the penalty box will send it all the way down the ice and absorb a hit from Brad Horner in the process. Morelli for Barless. Drops it back for Frankie Morelli, who attended Edmonton Oilers rookie camp prior to the start of during the preseason. Long shot, glove save, rebound out into the slot and cleared away by the Frontenacs, and Morelli forced to chase it down. Pickle all over him. Morelli stops, turns away from Ben Pickle, the former Barrie Colt, and will slow things down once again. 40 seconds remaining in Ottawa's third power play of the game, entering into the offensive zone. Kelly protects the puck. Velieris jams it up along the boards. Kelly re-engages Ekberg, holds for Sermon. Across Brady to Ekberg, walking in, shoots just high over top of the net as Ekberg got all of that one. Sermon back to Ekberg. Cross ice, Brady shoots, and that's off the skate of Chromiak as Brady had the far post picked. Ekberg, patience, gets away from Soto, hauled down to the ice. Still digging away for it, but the Frontenacs are able to rim it around the boards all the way down, and that will do it for Ottawa's third power play of the game. It is 4-1 Ottawa. They are 1 for 3 on the man advantage. Sermon into the offensive zone, poked off his stick. He retrieves it, backhands it around the boards, off the dasher, and falls down. Ekberg back to the point. Kelly can't control it cleanly. Back out into the neutral zone. Sermon. His cross-ice pass intercepted by Gaindon. Cedric Gaindon holds to Hayes, shoots and swallowed up by Jaden Nelson, who will hold on for the whistle. 13:44 remaining in the third period. Cedric Gaindon, solid year last year with the Owen Sound attack. Did not get signed by the Montreal Canadiens. 57 points in 68 games for Gaindon, the Rockland native. 26 goals. The Frontenacs hoping that he can be a key piece as an overager coming over in a trade. Bouncing puck right in on Nelson, and again, he will cover up for the whistle. '67's kick off the regular season 6 days from today, with the Niagara Ice Dogs coming to the arena at TD Place. 7 o'clock puck drop. Tickets, Ottawa67s.com. You can also catch the game on TSN 1200. I will have the broadcast for you. We always try and have fun, right, Rufus? As he nods his head. Oh, yeah, party time. Horner up along the boards. Gaindon fires it back down low. Gage Hayes chips it along, looking for Miedema, intercepted by Ishkok again. And he rims around the boards. Korbler tips it out to center. Gaindon fires it right back in off the stick of Ishkok again. And down low, Nelson around for Horner and out through the middle of the ice. Here comes Chase Yanni. Stick handling, crosses over center, takes a hard hit there from Hayes as he sends it into the offensive zone. Williamson for Runco. Along the boards looking for Weir, and that bounced off a body. And back into the Ottawa offensive zone. Korbler touches it. That leads to an offside. And another whistle. And a face-off just outside of the Kingston Frontenacs blue line. Barlas facing off against Kelly. Barlas wins this one clean. Sermon through the middle of the ice finds Chris Barlas, the Ottawa native. Barlas re-engages. And Weir knocks it away from him and into the offensive zone. Around the boards it goes. Ben Pickle would have been the first one on it. Takes a shove from Will Gerrois. And that leads to a turnover. And Gerrois takes it along the far boards in front of the penalty boxes. Ahead for Barlas. Knocks it down. Crept across the blue line. Taken by Chromiak all the way down the ice. Adam Kelly in behind the net. Can't come up with it cleanly. Weir shoved into the boards by Thomas Sermon, and Barlas in behind his own net for Josh Brady. Brady along the glass, bouncing puck out to center. Hubin chasing it down, but it is Chromiak getting there first for Weir. He played a handful of games with the Frontenacs last year, be his first full season with the club. Amidovsky skates it up into the offensive zone, left-hand side, shoots it towards the net, misses high and wide, rebound back to the right point, held in. Morelli for Caden Kelly, blast off the bottom of the glove of Betts and just wide. Morelli, midpoint, taking his time, walks in towards the net, tipped by Barlas, stopped by Betts once again. Taken by Pickle, skating it up, trying to get to the red line. He does, chips it in, and heads off on a change. Morelli, taking his time, out in front of his own net. Over the far side and taken by Ishkok again. For Jack Dever, driving wide, gets by one man. Dever in behind the net on the backhand. Brings it all the way around, leaves it in space for Frankie Morelli. Poked off his stick. Morelli Makes one move, throws it towards the front of the net, rebound out in front, and Betts is able to cover up for the whistle. After Amidovsky was able to put it back towards the goal. 11 minutes remaining, Ottawa leading 4-1 over the Kingston Frontenacs. It is the preseason finale taking place here in Cornwall. Don't know how many years in a row it is for a preseason game here in Cornwall, but it seems to be becoming a yearly tradition. They are gracious and good hosts. I think that this would be an excellent OHL building with some renovations like what we saw in Brantford. Brady, left-hand side, holds, shoots, and just misses the net. Brad Horner, right-hand side, fires it down low. Korbler lets it go, nobody there for Ottawa. And Williamson gets it along the boards. Brennan couldn't get it out. Pickle came across, hit Yanni. Korbler pins Valieris along the far side. Pickle for Williamson between his legs. Nearly turned it over. Brady pinched down, couldn't get the puck. Schufelt can't retrieve it. Korbler swept it away from him. Gets a return pass, does Korbler. The Swiss import chips it up along the boards. Yanni stops, looking for options. Schufelt runs into him. And a big collision as Brady and Pickle run into each other. Brady chops it into the offensive zone. He'll peel off on a line change. Bellier straight through the middle, finds Brennan. Tomislav Brennan, the Ottawa native, brings it around the boards. And Barlas is able to intercept that, make a move around Miedema. Barlas makes another move, but puts himself offside, can't touch it. Comes out into the neutral zone. Sermon dumps it in. And watches the change made by the Frontenacs. Sent out and down the ice just by Ishkokigan. Gage Hayes picks it up. Trying to get by Sermon, the pair of overagers meet, and it's swept off the stick of Ishkokigan towards the net and covered up by Jaden Nelson, who will cover up for the whistle. 67's with a 4-1 lead over the Kingston Frontenacs. 9:37 remaining in the preseason finale here in Cornwall. '67's in the lead, looking to even their preseason record at 2-2. They've played 2 games against North Bay. They split it 1-1. This is their second game against Kingston. They lost in Kingston 5-0. Looking for a little bit of retribution, leading 4-1. Chris Barlas, chip play through the middle of the ice, looking for Ishkokigan, missed, and then Ishkokigan intercepts a pass by Hayes and chips it into the offensive zone. Barlas down the left side, fans on a pass attempt, cycles it back to the point. Sermon towards the net, block it away by Betts. Philip Ekberg sneaks away from Hayes. Over to the far side, Ekberg all the way around, leaves it in space. Horner pokes it down low. Will Gerrois, he gets tackled by Hayes, and the puck goes down low. Cal Ewens waits in behind his own goal. And as Valieris comes back to pick up the puck, Ewens goes off on a line change, and the Frontenacs work it up ice. Gaindon stick handles his way into the zone for Pickle. Looking back for Gaindon, broken up by Frankie Morelli. And Caden Kelly skates it up over center, plays it all the way down the ice. Amidovsky beats out the icing call, throws it out in front, and that pass blocked. Picked up by Kelly, back to the point it goes. Horner holds, right-hand side. In behind the net, gets by everybody near side. Morelli tries to protect the puck. Adam Kelly able to get it away from him, and Horner slides it back out through the middle of the ice. Jack Dever turns it up, the Belleville native. Backhands it into the offensive zone. He will give chase. Chromiak gets there first. Along the far side, Valieris Tip play all the way down the ice by Butter from the wrong side of center will lead to an icing call with 8 minutes to go in the third period. Ottawa leading 4-1. Last season, the 67's only had one game the opening weekend. This year, they've got two. Friday, September 27th at home against the Niagara Ice Dogs, 7 o'clock puck drop. And then Sunday, September 29th in Oshawa against the Generals, their traditional 6:05 puck drop. That second game should be on CFRA, I believe. Sermon comes down the wall, back to the point it goes. Whitehead covering over to the far side. Josh Brady holds, trying to send it towards the net, gets blocked. Korbler turns, fires, that's blocked by Betts, and the rebound taken out by the Frontenacs. Butter, hounded by Yanni. And that leads to a turnover. Brady down low, knocks his man down to the ice. Getting up, Kelly gets knocked right back down by Brady. And the 67's emerge with the puck. Whitehead has Brady with him, gives him the puck on the right-hand side. Misses it, and Butter takes over control. Knocks it out to center. Chase Yanni lays it back for Konishkok again. And the 67's regroup, break out. And Kimmy Korbler crosses over the blue line, knocked off his stick. Hopkins for Schufelt. Dumped into the offensive zone, gloved down by Jaden Nelson. And he'll just hang on for the whistle with 6:52 to go in the third period. Fans enjoying things here at the Cornwall Civic Complex. I don't know if it's warm enough in here to be taking the shirt off, but there are some trying to get the crowd going, and they're doing a good job of it. Face off to the right of Nelson, won by the Frontenacs and sent all the way down the ice. Back to retrieve it, Van Williamson. In behind his own goal. Williamson starts the breakout out through the middle for Runco, pass into his skates and turned over. Hubin, hounded from behind by Hopkins, sends it towards the front of the net, taken away easily by Runco and laid back out to center ice. Morelli across to Skokigan for Ekberg. Seen a lot from Ekberg here today, a goal and an assist and a number of just maybe not jaw-dropping plays, but noticeable for sure from Philip Ekberg. He's got the puck once again through the middle of the ice. Breaking in, puck swept off his stick and bounced out to center. Potential 3-on-2 for the Frontenacs, a pass off a stick and out to center ice. That was off the stick of Brad Horner as he chases down the puck along the far side. Makes a move at center ice. From the blue line, fires one in. Glove save made by Betts, and he'll hang on for the whistle. 4-1 67's in the lead as we wrap up the preseason schedule for the Ottawa 67's. There are a number of other games taking place around the OHL. One final day of preseason action around the league tomorrow. But here today, Brantford with a 2-1 lead over the Rangers. The Petes, a surprising 3-0 lead over the Guelph Storm. Sarnia 4-2 over London, and Windsor a 4-2 lead over Niagara. Ewens over to the far side. Miedema has this puck swept off his stick by Brad Horner. 67's offside. They tag up. Leading 4-1. Ewens, near side. Chromiak goes right through the middle. Able to find Gaindon over to the far side. Miedema in, shoots, rips it just wide of the blocker of Jaden Nelson, who came in midway through this game. Hayes, back to the point. Ewens, long shot, pad save made by Nelson. Played off the boards, not out of the zone, though, by the 67's. Gaindon, back down low, watched by Sermon. Cedric Gaindon still with it in behind the goal. Miedema back to Gaindon. That pass misses. Caden Kelly trying to jam it down low. That doesn't work. And Chromiak around the boards. Kelly and Hayes exchanging cross checks over on the far side. Sermon backhands it over to the far side, and Kelly chips it in. Doesn't get it in deep. Miedema turns it back, gives it to Gage Hayes. Whitehead leans on him. Hayes gets by him, and it's swept away by the 67's and down the ice. Straight through the middle. Tipped by Adam Kelly. just in front of the 67's bench. Weir sends it in. Ishkakagan takes it. Far side, Barless. Back for Ishkakagan. Stripped to the puck. Pickle in. Shoots. He scores. Ben Pickle goes top shelf past Jaden Nelson, who loses his pad in the process. And the Frontenacs cut the 67's lead to 2. It is 4-2 Ottawa. It's the second goal that Ben Pickle has scored against the 67's in the preseason. Third point of the preseason as well for Pickle, as he earned a spot on this Frontenacs team. Didn't play in the OHL last year. Ended up playing in the OJHL with Pickering and Trent, putting up 54 points in 40 games, as his rights were held on to by the Barrie Colts, acquired by the Frontenacs, and putting up some points in the preseason. Face-off at center. Guindon coming in to take it against Nick Whitehead. And Whitehead able to win this one. Morelli inside his own zone for Brady. Josh Brady, little fake, gets by Miedema and then chips it out to the offensive blue line, allowing Yanni to chase after it. Couldn't get it. Hayes over to the far side, controlled by Velieris. Through the middle, Guindon able to tip it in. Morelli is back for it. Guindon runs into him. Barless slides it ahead, misses his pass attempt. Whitehead able to get it back. Potential 2-on-1. Yanni with Whitehead, net empty. Whitehead gives it to Yanni and he fires it into the empty net. 5-2 Ottawa in the lead. Whitehead had a chance at the empty netter. Instead, gives it over to Chase Yanni. And Chase is able to put it home. Played 10 games last year with the 67's. His first goal of the preseason. Yanni playing in a couple more during the playoffs. But bright future for Chase Yanni, a hard-working young man. 5-2. 67's in the lead, just shy of 4 minutes remaining in the third. Sermon up along the boards, tipped in by Hubin. Cal Ewens in behind his own goal. Awaits the breakout. Ewens. Hard pass. Picked up by Soto into the offensive zone. Right-hand side. Soto in. Fans on his shot attempt. Gets it down low. Hopkins has his attempt blocked by Sermon. And it goes up and out of play. And this will be a penalty against the Ottawa 67's. And not surprising that we've seen 3 delay-a-game penalties here in Cornwall, where the glass is low all over the ice. So you think you're making just a traditional play off the glass and out, or a safe play just off the glass, and it goes out of play and leads to a penalty. So second power play of the game for the Frontenacs. We will see Gavin Betts go to the benches. Troy Mann working on the 6-on-4 during the preseason. So 3 of the 5 penalties we've seen have been for delay a game. Have not seen a lot of power plays for either side during 67's games throughout the preseason. Off the draw. 67's maybe off the stick of a Frontenac, but get it all the way down the ice. 6-on-4. As it is Brad Horner sitting in the penalty box. Ottawa leading by 3. Chromiak over to the far side off the back of the skate of Ethan Miedema. Sermon steps up, knocks it away, stick tied up, but he shovels it towards the net. Goes just wide from the overager Thomas Sermon. Kingston regrouping, starting to move it up the ice. Minute and a half remaining in the power play. Their second of the game. 0 for 1. Guindon turns it over. Sermon again, this time just fires it all the way down the ice. Not quite as close this time. Chromiak at the side of his own goal, 6-on-4, advances it up the ice. For Cedric Guindon, crosses over the blue line, knocked away, and Korbler able to slide it out into the neutral zone, chasing after it. Chromiak gets there first, and Gage Hayes accepts the pass into the offensive zone. Hayes turns it over. He can't do much with it, and it's back out into the neutral zone. Miedema crosses over the line, dumps it in. Miedema behind the net over to the far side. Korbler chasing it down. And he can't get that puck out of the zone. Able to get it by Hayes. And now he slaps it down the ice. Caden Kelly gives chase. It goes wide of the net. He peels off. 35 seconds remaining in the power play, under 2 minutes remaining in regulation. Ottawa leading 5-2. Van Williamson stops up and behind his own goal, waiting the breakout. Williamson for Butter, streaking through the middle of the ice, runs into some trouble. Yanni can't get it out of the zone as he tried the pass. Now a long shot from Ishkok ramps up off a stick all the way down the ice. Ewens is back to pick it up ahead of Nick Whitehead. Williamson with just 3 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Up for Kelly, dumps it into the offensive zone. Adam Kelly behind the net. Bumped by Brady. Back to the point it comes. Ewens. Far side. Williamson. Back to Ewens. Midpoint. For Kelly. 6-on-5 here. Out in front. Weir fires, scores. Ethan Weir able to rip that one by Jaden Nelson. And gets the Frontenacs back to within 2. It's 5-3 Ottawa. Well, Ethan Weir played a handful of games last year with the Kingston Frontenacs, 5 to be exact. Spent the majority of the season in the GOJHL with the St. Mary's Lincoln. 38 points in 34 games as a 16-year-old. Add another 20 and 24 in the playoffs, as we do get a timeout taken here. Ethan Weir, second-round pick of the Kingston Frontenacs. So if timeout taken by the Frontenacs. This Troy Mann wanting to draw something up here. Trying to work on every little detail that you can during the preseason. Dave Cameron talking to his troops as well as Norm Milley and Paul Stojkovic. So, 1:07 remaining in the third period. Ottawa leading by 2, 5-3. It will be Chris Barlas to take the draw against Cedric Guindon. Six-on-5 as the net is empty once again. Gavin Betts sitting on the bench. Scramble draw taken by the Frontenacs. Hopkins from his own blue line to the offensive blue line. Miedema into the offensive zone. 1 minute remaining in the period. Miedema down low. Hubin lost his stick. Picks it up as Miedema drives it back to the point. Chromiak for Hopkins. Back. Here comes Guindon. Trying to work his way around Hubin, who keeps him to the outside. To the point it comes. Chromiak sets up Hopkins. Fans on his shot attempt. Ottawa takes a shot at the empty net, and it's going to go wide off the stick of Nathan Amadovsky, and back to retrieve it is Chromiak with 35.1 seconds remaining in regulation. Ottawa leading by 2. Ethan Weir, his first of the preseason from Van Williamson and Adam Kelly, the most recent goal. Before that, it was Ben Pickle unassisted, followed up by Chase Yanni, his first of the preseason, into an empty net from Nick Whitehead and Chris Barlas. Both have a pair of points here tonight. Whitehead a pair of assists, Barlas a goal and an assist. Sent down low, Morelli rims it around the wall. Amadovsky got a tip on it. It goes all the way down and just enough steam. Nope, not counted for icing. So 22 seconds remaining in the third period, and away come the Frontenacs. Butter has it poked away from him by Barlas. Kelly goes crashing in. Hubin pins it up against the boards. Barlas trying to work this puck free. It is work free, but it's Cal Ewens emerging with it. Ewens over to the far side. Adam Kelly, one last gasp, crosses over the blue line, takes a hit from Morelli, and that will do it for the preseason. Ottawa wraps things up with a 5-3 win over the Kingston Frontenacs. A 2-2 record for the 67's in the preseason. A win and a loss against Kingston, and a win and a loss against the North Bay Battalion. 67's goal scorers today: Will Gerrois, Philip Ekberg, Chris Barlas, Nathan Amadovsky, and Chase Yanni. The regular season is up next. Just 6 days away. The Ottawa 67's play host to the Niagara Ice Dogs. 7 o'clock puck drop at the arena at TD Place. Ottawa67s.com for tickets. Game can be heard on TSN 1200. Thank you so much for tuning in today to the Ottawa 67's YouTube channel. I'm Kenny Walls. Have yourself a great evening.